Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the last Thoughts of a Busy Mind, chapter 153. So, I guess this is being busy. So, my drink today is some Coke. I am still sick. If you listen to the last episode, you know. But if you haven't, I have a cold on top of seasonal allergies. So, not so good. But yeah, I have those, and I will try not to cough into the microphone. And last week I didn't, so hopefully I can continue that streak while I discuss the week I had. This was, for the first time in a long time, a busy week. In a sense that I planned the week in a way that I didn't have a lot of free time being alone. Today actually was the first time in the whole week that I was free and alone, and I used it to recharge my social battery and watch the Venture Brothers movie, which I didn't even know existed. And it was good. It was okay. And today, by the way, is not Friday. I'm recording this a couple of days sooner because the next 2 days I'm also going to be busy. So yeah, this is being busy. Uh, of course, I'm being a little bit facetious here because I have been busy before. In last season, I didn't release an episode because I was so busy with the movie. And actually, the reason I was busy this week was because of that movie as well. I was editing it. The rough edit is coming along really fine. I am so excited about it, not gonna lie. I am. So, why does it matter then that I'm making a big deal out of me being busy? And I think that relies on the image that I've created for myself or the things I've projected over the years. To put simply, I have created an image of myself that I think came from my background and, well, my life in a not so very positive way. To put it simply, most of my life I have been two things, and that is single and free. I have spent 26 years of my life, approximately, being single, uh, fully single. Like they didn't have that much of a relationship that would take time and effort and care. And now I'm not. I am in a relationship that I love and that requires time and effort and care. And it's something new for me, something I haven't dealt with before. So I'm trying to manage my time between, well, my friends, my family, and my other responsibilities, and this relationship, which I am adamant to keep. Uh, the other one is I've always been free in the sense that I didn't really have, you know, times that I was off from talking to people, especially in the post pandemic world where I have been just in home talking to people online on social media and on messaging apps. So I have been, uh, as I said, dealing with people in that regard as well. The one thing I haven't been is, as I said, single, and the one thing I have been, I'm sorry, is single and free. Because of that, I've created this image of an chronically online, always available person. I've always been available and I've always been chronically online, meaning that a few months ago, a friend of mine made this joke that you can message me at 2 a.m., I will be on, and you can talk to me. And to be honest, I'm okay with that. I actually really love that. I love the fact, I don't love that I'm like that. I love the fact that my friends and people I care about can rely on me to such an extent that they can say, oh, if we message him at 2 a.m., he will be there to support us. It's It's, again, something I like, actually. I don't mind it. But there is a downside to it. And the reason I'm talking about this is because I believe it's something that maybe other people are dealing with as well. I know for sure I have grown in that regard, in that I don't expect this of people anymore. I used to be able to say, oh, why is X person not answering me for like a week? Oh, they must hate me. This relationship or this friendship is in peril. And, well, it's done. And it's something that I still feel when I'm very insecure about my life. But it's something that I've become more understanding. Being online, being so readily available, has created expectations of people that I think are kind of cruel, or at least unwarranted. Unrealistic is the better term. Nobody can be 24/7 online, ready to talk, or even willing to talk. Some days I just want to lay down and not talk to people. Now, there are responsibilities that I can't do that with. Like, for example, if I have undertaken a project, I need to talk with the other project people about the project, but that doesn't usually require emotional investment. But, sometimes you just can't talk to people for reasons. You're sick, you're depressed, you're not feeling well. All of them are important things that, as we have grown to be more online and more chronically online, we have created our expectation to a point that we expect people to be always on and always ready for us, as if people are AI, machines that we can turn on and turn off. And that is, as I said, unfair. It's unrealistic to want that of people. So, as I said, I've become more forgiving of people on that regard, but I can understand the way I have created my own image in that way, that it will be very frustrating if, again, like this week, I suddenly am busy. I'm busy this week. I can't talk to people like I used to. I can't be there for people and support them. And so suddenly, oh, I'm not a good friend anymore, at least in my own mind. And it's something that comes from current world, current year attitude to the relationships and friendships that we have created for ourselves. It is not ideal, I have to say. It is not ideal. And I have found the brunt of it on my shoulder many times. Like, there are times that I feel like, oh, I want to tell people I can't care right now because I'm dealing with my own depression, my own stuff, but I don't want to, because, as I said, I want to be there for the people I love, for my friends, my family, my loved ones. But I think the image that I've created is that I'm always ready to do that, and I'm not always ready. Sometimes I am. Sometimes I'm fully ready, and I will be there and I will support people no matter what. Sometimes I just can't. Sometimes I need a rest, like today. Today I probably wouldn't have been very welcoming if I started talking to people and tried to support them. But on the other side of it, I feel like because I've created that expectations, and from this moment, as I said, this episode probably, I didn't say it, but this episode is probably going to be in two parts. Not that it's two episodes, but like right now, I want to talk about what that expectation creates in me because of my own insecurities. Because I've created that expectations, I believe that's why I have value to people. Now, this is where we get a little bit deep into my poor broken psyche as what is value. Why do people have value? What is the value of people? Now, when it comes to me putting value on them, I just feel like toleration of me is valuable. So, if you talk to me, oh my God, that is valuable. But when it comes to expectations I have of myself to be valuable in others, I haven't asked them what makes me valuable, but in my own head, I'm valuable when I'm happy, there, and supportive. So when I feel, for the past 5 months, I feel depression to the point that I am rarely happy, in the sense that I'm laughing my ass off genuinely. Not at movies or like that, because I watched The Mummy 3, which was a Iranian movie, and had a lot of laughs there. When I'm not happy, in the sense that I'm not content, I'm not jovial, I don't joke around and try to make my friends happy, I'm not in the mood to do most stuff. And when I'm busy, in the sense that, like this week, I am not there to support emotionally or support in any way, I feel worthless. I feel like I am valueless. Now, today I actually did talk to a few people that I haven't talked for a couple of months, trying to ask them how they are, and that felt good, because I feel like, I'm reconnecting to people who I haven't seen for a while. Some of them my older friends. So that makes me feel valueless. When I don't do that, when I'm not there, when I realize, it's been months since I've talked to this person, and we were so close. So I haven't done the thing that makes me valuable, and in turn, they might not want me in their lives. Now, this is a whole other discussion, going back to my past. And I know people love when I go back into my past and start feeling sorry for myself and start telling all of the horrible things that happened to me when I was a child. They are fun, right? They're always fun. Sorry. I know I'm being sarcastic and all of that, but I have to actually go into my past. I don't have a community. I don't think I've ever had a community, in the sense that I have a group of like-minded people that enjoy my company just because of who I am. I used to be in and out of other communities. I was always a rogue agent, he comes into this, for example, sci-fi nerds community, and I can fit in there, I can talk to them, I can discuss sci-fi shit with them. But at some point, I'm not willing to go that extra mile, because sci-fi isn't my thing. I like musicals, I like westerns, I like niche old horror movies, like Hammer horror movies. And those are not some things that are popular, at least in my immediate surrounding. I'm not saying it's impossible. I know there are musical fans out there. I know there are horror fans out there. I talk to a few of them in their podcast. I've guested on their podcast and I've talked to them about it. So I know they exist, and I know there are a lot of them. But at the same time, in my immediate surrounding, in my circle of friends, in my circle of friends, they are not very popular. Musicals, they tend to not get as many fans, not in Iran, in just general. And to the point that even people who I love very dearly say they don't like musicals, so I can't discuss musicals with them. I can talk to them about Hadestown unless I force them to listen to me. And even I can tell you, as I'm sure you've gathered so far, I'm not that much fun to listen to. Because at some point, I start going around in circles, and it's just, I'm not fun to listen to. I feel like I am the embodiment of law of diminishing returns, in that the more time you spend with me, more time you hang around with me and talk to me, you realize very soon that I'm not very interesting. I may look interesting at the beginning. Oh, here's the guy who knows a lot of movies off the top of his head and has these niche ideas and this niche subject. But once you learn them, you realize, oh, that's all. There isn't a mystery underneath the surface. It's all surface level. And I know I'm being mean to myself a little bit because in my brain I am much meaner. And this is basically me trying to tell you what's in my head. It's the last thoughts. But I know I'm not interesting. So by being available, by creating that image of being a single free guy who is always ready to be your emotional rock, always ready to be there for you, always ready to help you at all hours of the time, I feel like I'm creating value in that regard. Now, this is my brain speaking. This isn't the truth, and I've actually confirmed that it isn't the truth because my friends have told me it's not true. But I feel like when I'm not doing that, there isn't a reason to be around me. There isn't a reason to have me in your life. And that is honestly kind of disappointing to me. About myself, not in my friends or anything. I feel disappointed in myself because of all of the things that I just told you. I feel valueless and worthless. Now, again, as I said, I know this is not true. This is basically my brain finding another thing that it can nag me with, and it has made me feel incredibly unliked. Which is, again, not helped by the depression. Guys, I know I keep bringing it up, but that depression is fucking me up. It's not as bad as the 2019 depression, but it is depressing. I am depressed, and sometimes when these intrusive thoughts start coming back and they start to, stew in my brain and are mixed with the fact that, again, I was busy and I feel like I've disappointed a couple of people. A couple of them have gotten mad at me, but because I wasn't there. But I feel like I've disappointed people. I feel like I've lost connections to them. These things really fuck me up. Especially with the fact that I think if everything goes as planned, I might be leaving here. And I know for a fact that I'm leaving a physical circle of friends. And it's scary a little bit because I don't want to go back to being alone. I've spent most of my life alone, and that sucks. Actually, a friend of mine was talking about that, and I was like, yeah, the things you're describing that you're going through, lack of community, lack of feeling involved, and lack of a support group, that is my whole life up until the last couple of years when I actually managed to open up to people. And even now, there is the thought, when you find something that you like and you haven't had it for a long while, you always feel like you're going to lose it. And I don't want to lose it. So yeah. Again, the next 2 days I probably will be busy with other stuff, but I want to try to have fun. Being busy isn't bad. I actually managed to get stuff done from my to-do list, my long to-do list, and hopefully I can cross more things off. There are a few things I'm excited about, few things I am dreading, and I have to see how it goes. So yeah. If you're listening to this on YouTube, please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're listening to this on any other platform, there is my email in the description. You can message me and just keep talking to me. Thank you for listening to this, The Last Thoughts of a Busy Mind, and I will see you all next week, hopefully a little bit less broken. But as we all know, that is not a guarantee because there is always a chance that I will be broken more.